At Bayer Crop Science, we often say that one of our biggest challenges in general is just the time it takes to grow stuff. On average, it takes about a decade to bring a new seed product to market. So we are constantly looking for ways to use data science and digital tools to accelerate this pipeline. It's often the best way to measure the return on our data science investments by how much we can shorten this product pipeline. One really good example of this is a technique that we use a lot internally called genome-wide selection, which is essentially where we use genetic information to skip some of the steps in our product pipeline. In our case, we're able to sequence the DNA of our seeds, and then we can use that information as input to a machine learning model that can then predict future performance. And this allows us to reduce our development time by about a year because we can skip some trial steps. And it increases the size of our pipeline about tenfold. We can test more products. We've done a lot of work to also improve our internal operations using computer vision, so image analytics. One great example of this is our use of unmanned aerial vehicles. So when we're testing our products in the field, rather than hiring people to walk through with clipboards or iPads, we can actually fly a UAV over a field and capture digital images that tell us a lot about the health and performance of our plants. And this is a huge time saver, and it gives us a lot more information about our products. So one of the big ways we measure ROI is by the time it saves us in delivering a product to farmers.
One of the very first things that my first manager at the company asked me to embed with a team of mergers and acquisitions analysts that were looking for information about new M&A deals to populate our data sets and get that information out to our customers so they could use it to make the best business decisions for their organizations. As part of my onboarding, I spent about a week doing their work using the internal tools that we had that our mergers and acquisitions analysts used to find and analyze mergers and acquisitions data. That initial experience really gave me direct knowledge about who my users were and the problems that they faced. And one of those challenges was that these analysts were receiving a lot of documents they had to review that didn't have any information for them that was relevant for them in their workflow. And after experiencing that, the frustration and the wasted time in reviewing documents that didn't have anything useful for me, that led to a large and successful machine learning project. And ultimately, we built out dozens of document classification models that have filtered out millions of non-relevant documents from workflows of analysts all across the market intelligence division. And one thing I like about that project too is there is a way to directly measure the business value. We can count every document that in the absence of our models would have gone to a financial information analyst, that it would have been a waste of their time. And we can estimate how much time would have been wasted. And we can count all of that up and turn that into a pretty direct measurement of business value.
Being a financial services company, it's important to us to be able to calculate the ROI on data science and analytics projects, because that helps us select what types of projects we're actually going to do and making sure that we're adding a lot of value to the organization. Measuring ROI is a really difficult thing to do. And really, we're putting together a lot of materials right now that really help us to determine what is the exact value of the project that we're working on. If we're building fraud models, how much money are we going to be able to save versus how much money is it going to cost to build these structures out? It's really about, kind of understanding both sides of that equation and thinking about it like an accountant.